When the Game Was Ours talks about the intense rivalry between Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and how the rivalry pushed their performance. It all started March 26, 1979, the NCAA Championships. Magic's Michigan State versus Larry's Indiana State. It was the first time Magic Johnson and Larry Bird faced each other head-to-head on the basketball court, the first of many. However, after going 33-0, Larry's Indiana State fell short to Magic's Michigan State, a game Larry said he would never forget.
They chant that cry on every campus in every sport. Everyone wants to be number one, but only one.
Earvin Magic Johnson was a charismatic young boy from Lansing, Michigan. He quickly found out basketball was his passion, and he knew he was good at it. Magic loved the camera. On the other hand was Larry Bird, a shy young man from French Lick, Indiana, who saw basketball more as a hobby. Although Magic got many offers from many large schools, he decided to stay home and go to Michigan State University. Although that Michigan State team was very talented, it was evident right off the bat that Magic would steal the show. Larry was no different. Although having a less talented team than most, Larry led his Indiana State team to a 33-0 record heading into that 1979 title game versus Magic Johnson and Michigan State. Although when the game came, there was no competition. Magic's Michigan State rolled over Larry's Indiana State 75-64, cementing a rivalry that will not be forgotten. As it was time to pick a professional team, Magic was signed to the Lakers for the 1979-1980 season. That very same year, Larry Bird decided to sign with the Boston Celtics, where he knew he could make an impact right off the bat. It was no secret that Magic and Larry hated each other on the court. It was a constant competition to see who had more stats, and most importantly, who had more championships. As the seasons continued, Magic and the Lakers took home 2 NBA championships, while the Celtics and Larry only took home 1. However, it wasn't until the 1983-1984 season where the Lakers and the Celtics went head-to-head for the NBA championships.
From that point on, things began to crumble.
Down to 9 seconds. Magic holding the ball. Magic trying to work on Maxwell. Magic has still got it down to 2 seconds. 1 second. He's going to have to shoot it. He doesn't get it off. He doesn't get it off.
Cheesy Johnson dribbling the timeout. What are you doing?
Be sure they won't let the time run out as they did in game 2. Harris steals the ball and the Celtics call a timeout.
There were a number of places where, Earvin didn't do what people expected him to do.
Tied at 123. He misses the first. Johnson misses them both. Celtics want a timeout. Despondent, Magic Johnson goes to the bench. Bird turnaround hits.
If everybody had to look at it, probably would have said this is going to be a 7-game series.
I thought we'd sweep them in 4, but just went a little bit longer. Now we just have to do it in 7.
That's the only time I ever felt that. There ain't no way they're walking out here with a win.
Magic Johnson.
No way.
Lakers had several chances, and here's Larry Bird chucking down the court. Bird. How does he do it? Now Johnson with the ball. The Lakers trying to cut it to 1. And he loses it. The Boston Celtics are the NBA World Champions.
I pride myself in being the guy who's going to win it for us and deliver under pressure. And it didn't happen.
I hope he was hurting. Hope it killed him. He made some bad plays down the stretch, and nobody in there was happier than me. You know, not only winning the game makes you feel good, but just knowing the other guy's suffering, and you know he was.
I remember after the game that both he and I were in the showers crying and stayed in there for about 35, 40 minutes. It was hard because not only had we lost to the Boston Celtics, he had lost to his nemesis, Larry Bird.
However, the Celtics could not carry the momentum into the next few seasons. The Lakers won 3 out of 4 NBA Finals, 2 over the Celtics. However, because of Larry's deteriorating back, he was forced to rethink basketball.
Larry had 2 jobs his last 7 years of playing. It was playing basketball, and then it was him being committed to taking care of his back.
He had first heard it in 1985, building the driveway at his mom's house back in French Lick.
Larry decides to do it himself. This is Larry Bird, the superstar, out there breaking his back, literally shoveling gravel. And that was the beginning of a process.
I would see him on TV laying down, and then they told me that he had to lay down on planes, different things like that. And I was like, wow.
As Magic soared through the prime of his career, Bird was breaking down. His deteriorating back and punishing style of play proving an excruciating mix.
From 88 to 92, it was painful to watch. It was painful to cover. Larry is quite ornery when he's not feeling well, which means he was ornery for those next 4 years.
He could manage the pain in a way that very few people can do. There'd be days he could come in the office and he couldn't stand up straight.
But even after 2 ruptured Achilles tendons and surgery on his back in 1991, Bird kept going to work.
Magic also was forced to retire from basketball due to matters he could not control.
Apparently tested positive for the AIDS virus. We take you then to Inglewood, California, and Magic Johnson.
First of all, let me say good late afternoon. Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today.
It wasn't until later in life when Magic and Larry put their differences aside and became good friends.
The Larry Bird retirement ceremony, they had it on a night when there was no game. That's how special, that's how popular, that's how great Larry Bird is. They filled the Boston Garden, and you couldn't get a ticket. Magic comes out, and it was just great, and he had the Celtic t-shirt on underneath, and the speech that Magic gave.
Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird.
Both Larry and Magic agree that their intense competition pushed them to play harder, and their rivalry will never be forgotten.